Hi guys, welcome back to Raven's Crochet. My name is Sarah and here's my furry feline Raven. Say hi, baby girl. Say hi. She's like, nope. I'm finally doing my giveaway. I apologize if I'm a little moody. I am technically considering myself to be in mourning. I just lost a fish. Some of you guys know I have a 20-gallon aquarium and I had mostly mollies. And I have a guppy that gets along with mollies, and they've all died. Not all at once. The bizarre thing is that the firstborn molly, see, I bought 3 mollies from the pet store, and the very firstborn died last. So I don't understand that, because I take great care of my aquarium. I don't even have to test it every week because I've done so much research. I do 20% water changes at least once a week, and then halfway in between each week I would freshen it up with some more treated water. Like, I would not fill up my tank all the way, so that I would put like about another at least half gallon or so of treated water. I use Seachem Prime in the red and white bottle, which is like the top #1 brand, as opposed to getting the little yellow bottle of water treatment from the pet store or from Walmart or something. Seachem Prime is like #1 top rated brand, and I've never had any problems with it. One bottle lasts me for like an entire year. And I take very good care of my aquarium. And even 4 days ago, I took out most of the old gravel and I rinsed out brand new gravel before adding it into the aquarium, just to change the color of the floor. It was like red and black and rainbow mix, and now it's mostly blue, different colors of blue. And I changed the decorations around, and I put new decorations in, rinsed everything off, of course. And in doing that, I mean, it's already an established aquarium, but I also added a bacteria, which you can also buy at the pet store, that aids in like brand new aquariums. If you start off, you want to put some good bacteria in, so that will help jumpstart the nitrate and the nitrogen cycle. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm really sad my fish died. My very firstborn fish died last, and I just added him to my compost to help with my plants this spring and summer. Anytime I have a fish die, I would put him in the ground outside around my plants, or I would put them in a bush that's growing in the ground, because that dead matter goes, we all go back to the dirt anyway, from dust to dust. All that stuff helps plant life. So instead of just tossing them out in the trash, you know, they're more than pets to me. Even though it was a little bitty tiny fish, it was still a life. So anyways, I'm here to do my giveaway for Valentines. I had to postpone it. If you guys are interested, I will post a picture. Somebody was, here's what happened. Somebody was learning how to drive, and they started out in the parking lot here, which I thought was the worst idea. I think when you're learning how to drive, you need to go to an empty parking lot first off. That's my opinion. That's what I did. That's what my aunt did for me. We went to an empty parking lot, and I practiced driving, going in the lanes and parking and leaving that parking spot, making sure you're not going to hit other cars, you know. Well, instead of having the car in reverse, they had it in drive, and just right into the building, right where the electrical meters were. There's like 6 meters on each corner of the building, because there's 6 apartments on each corner of the building. 3 stories tall, 6 apartments here, 6 there, so 24 apartments in each building, right? You get the idea. The whole entire meter case was, yeah, and it created a hole in the side of the building. You could see the wires and the wire tubes and the casings and everything kind of like all split apart and popping out of the building. And when the inspectors were here and maintenance staff and the owner of the building, of the complex, came, I walked in like, hello, can I see, you know, I've got experience in maintenance. I just want to see what the damage is and see if maybe I can help. And you go into the kitchen and you open up the kitchen cabinets underneath the kitchen sink because there was a window right there. That's where the damage was. So nothing inside got damaged except for the exterior wall, thank goodness, because the sink still looked intact. But when you open up the kitchen cabinets, everything was just a cluster F, big time. So I was out of my apartment for 2 weeks. And yeah, 13 days. They, surprisingly, this is only a 3-building complex. I'm extremely surprised. They had empty units available for the 6 units that lost their electricity. So I had to go all the way at the other end of the complex and a downstairs unit, because I'm in an upstairs unit. It was a nightmare. Exact same square footage and floor plan. Great, fine, but there's no carpet. There's no fireplace. There's no sit-in bathtub. There's no lights in certain places. There's no vanity table in the bathroom. Storage was less. The bathroom cabinet was even smaller. It was just, I was so homesick. Not to mention the floors creak. Like, I did not know how bad the floors creak until I was living under someone else who works out, who's former military, and is used to stomping around. And oh my gosh, I had the hardest time going to sleep because I work nights. And I sleep during the day most of the time. It's just like, oh, it was a nightmare. But the office staff, they're super nice here. They're super chill and laid back. They're very, very accommodating. They tried to accommodate me with an upstairs unit that was, it wasn't even, they didn't even do a make-ready on it. Like the family just moved out and the place was trashed. They left the door unlocked for me to go look at it because it was after hours when I woke up. And I went upstairs and I looked at it. Great view. I could see the intersection here on the road that I live by. And I could see my church. I had a clear view of my church. So I could watch my church family walk into the building and I could just wave from the balcony, hi! But no, I decided not to move into that one because not only was it nasty, it was 2-bedroom. And I wasn't even using the 1-bedroom that they put me in. I literally got an air mattress and I used it like a hotel. But I was so homesick. So anyways, I'm here to do a giveaway. So this is going to be a cheerful video, even though I'm in mourning right now. My boxes that I normally do giveaways for are 12 by 12 by 12, but I got a bigger box. Not only because it's for Valentine's Day, because I love you guys so much. I love all my subscribers. And there are a few new subscribers. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and joining and watching my videos. I super appreciate it. So not only do I love you guys, but I love yarn. I love giving away yarn. I love being able to give back because I've learned so much on YouTube. And so I got a bigger box because I ordered something for my cat. I ordered her a cat scratcher. So this is a bigger box. I'm going to go ahead and measure it so you guys know how big, what to expect of it. So this is 12.5 wide, 12.5 tall, by 16 long. So it's not a 12 by 12 by 12, it's a 12.5 by 12.5 by 16. So you get a little tiny bit more yarn. And of course I'm adding accessories. So we'll go through everything. It's going to be in a Walmart box because that's the box my cat scratcher came out of. So let's go through the yarn. I'm not going to show you every single piece of yarn because I want some in here to be a surprise to you. But I'll show you most of it, okay? So the first thing I'm pulling out, this is like a baby yarn. I opened it just to feel it when I first got it from Premier a couple of years ago. And I'm not into baby stuff anymore. I don't get to see my niece and nephew very often. And even though I have gifted them several things on Christmas, I don't have a female baby to make a blanket for. So this is like super, super, super soft. Look, it's gorgeous. It's white with lavender, light pink, and light gray. It's Premier Parfait flavors. Extreme, like the softest yarn I've ever felt in my life. I'm pretty sure it's 100% polyester. Let me see. Yes, polyester. 156 yards, 143 meters, 3-ounce skeins, 85 grams. And the colorway is called Cupcake. Cute. Cupcake. So you get 3 of these. This will make a cute little little small baby blanket, or a little bit bigger if you do like a lacy pattern. I think this would also be good for like a changing mat. This would be perfect for a changing mat, like maybe like crochet. If you have a little bit of extra yarn, maybe crochet a little bit of padding, fold it over and stitch it at the top so it's kind of like a pillow, like a built-in pillow. That would be adorable. That one I'm going to show you guys last because it's pretty. This one, I previously showed you guys something that I made with this, and no, I don't know where it is to save my life. I have projects down here that I've made. I might be able to find the hat that I made with this. Let me go check real quick. Hang on. Okay, I found it. So I'll show you how this is worked up when you knit with it. This is what it looks like worked up. I made a hat and matching scarf with this. I think I showed you guys this in one of my previous videos. Very gorgeous, from purple to blue, a little bit of green, like a golden orange, a light red down to mahogany, back to purple, and the blue. Very, very gorgeous. So this is from Hobby Lobby. It's I Love This Yarn. That's what it looks like. Skeined up. Very gorgeous colors. I love these colors. One of them is I just used a tiny bit of it, not very much, but you have 2 full skeins and like 3/4 of another skein. You could definitely make a hat and scarf with this. There's plenty of yarn here for that. It's called, colorway is called Brights. Let's see, in the information, just take one out and so I can read the label. Let's see here, 100% acrylic. Where's the information? Okay, 4-ounce skeins, 114 grams, 196 yards, 180 meters. I love this yarn. The colorway is Brights. It's like a neon, kind of like dark neon colors. Very gorgeous. This is also a baby yarn. I ordered this from Ice Yarns a few years ago. I ordered a ton of this, and this is what I have left. Actually, this is not Ice Yarns. Excuse me. There is some Ice Yarns in here. This is actually from Yarn Art, which is no longer available. Yarn Art website closed down, which I'm very, very sad because it was literally some of the cheapest good quality yarn. And this colorway does not have a name. It just says color 223, but it looks like a lavender. Very bright, beautiful lavender. It's very, very soft. This is a 4 worsted weight, by the way. 4 worsted weight on the Premier. And this is also a 4 worsted weight. This is, I would say, between a 2, no, this is a 2 weight. But I like to double this up and use it as a 4 weight. My original plan was to put this on my knitting loom, but for me, putting solid colors on the knitting loom is too boring. I have to put variegated yarns on my knitting loom. I've never put solids on my knitting loom unless I was making stripes, and this is the only color in this exact type of yarn that I have, so I wasn't able to make stripes, which is fine. I mean, I could use another yarn, but I thought this would be even better for a baby blanket. So it's Yarn Art Super Parley, 100 grams, 400 meters, 3.52 ounces, or 437 yards. It's 100% acrylic. And it's very, very soft. Machine washable. You can dry lightly and very, very shortly. Their label says this is a 1 weight yarn, but to me, when I look at it, it looks more like a 2. Or it could be a very, very thick one. I would double this up, me personally, or you could add a strand of yarn that's the same thickness from another kind of yarn and work it up together. That's entirely up to you. You get 3 of these. This is from Ice Yarns. This is like a more baby yarn. This is like a bright bubblegum pink. Beautiful colors. You can make a small lap blanket out of this. Hat and scarf, baby blanket would be good. I don't want to take this out and mess up the packaging, but you can see it's from Ice Yarns. You get 8 in a package. I don't have the label on here anymore. This is actually one of their clearance yarns, so they don't have this available on Ice Yarns anymore. So I'm going to take one out. They come in these little donuts. It's a 4 worsted weight yarn. And let's see, 50 gram balls, 80 meters, 100% acrylic. There's no colorway on here, but I would classify this as bubblegum pink. Very, very gorgeous. This is also from Ice Yarns. 67904. I'm not sure if they still have this available. If you go to iceyarns.com and at the top of the web page there's a small search engine, a little small white strip. You type in this 5-digit number, it will take you directly to that yarn. I'm not sure this is still available, but this is a this is 50/50 acrylic and cotton. The softest cotton I've ever worked with in my entire life. I love this yarn. I'm not going to take any of these out of the package. I've never ripped it open before, so this will be brand new for the recipient to open. I can see a little bit of the information on here. Let me see, I think. Made in Turkey, 50 grams, 125 meters, 50 cotton, 50 acrylic. The colorway is called Ecru. It's a very, very light beige. I have made fake wasp nest out of these, and I hang them at my front door. And I've not had any wasp problems or yellow jacket problems or any of those pesky things. I've not had any problems in years since I've hung it up on my front door. You don't necessarily need a pattern unless you want it to look perfect, because everything in nature is made randomly and naturally, and every piece is different and wonky and crooked or got a dent in it or whatever, however these creatures make their homes. So you just kind of make it, and then you stuff it with cotton or yarn scraps, and then you have a couple of strings where you end, and you can tie it off on a nail or something outside. And yeah, no problems at all. This is enough. You can make like a summer top, or you can make a mesh tote bag for your produce, or you could make a purse, or you could make washcloths. These make really, really good washcloths and hand towels. I've made several hand towels out of these with different colored yarns included. This is, like I'm telling you, this is 50/50 acrylic and cotton. I think it's because of the acrylic in it that makes it so soft. I love this yarn, and I bought tons of this. So I might put another whole package in another giveaway. You never know. I've got tons of this. This is also from Ice Yarns. 70063. Now, mind you, every Ice Yarns I'm showing you, I bought this like 3 and 4 years ago, so I'm not even sure. I highly doubt that Ice Yarns will still have this available, but I'm sure you will be able to find something similar. These also come in donuts. This is how they sell them. You can't buy yarn individually from Ice Yarns. They come in packs like this, and with shipping, it's about anywhere from $4 to $30 a pack. It depends on the yarn, and it depends on how much it's priced. The cheapest I've seen their yarn is $1.99 for one ball, but again, they come in packs. So 2, 4, 6, 8, $16 a pack. You double that up with shipping, that's about how much you're paying for. Some whole packs of yarn like this do only cost $1.99 times 2 with the shipping, so $4. I mean, you can't beat that. And it would be maybe like 2 fat skeins in here of something real cheaply made or something. Other yarn is good quality. It's made in Turkey, just like the yarn that we have here in stores. Red Heart. I love this yarn. Premier. What are the brands? Just all kinds of the brands of yarn that we have here in the States. It's all mostly made from Turkey. Like 70. Let me see, what did I read? About 75% of our yarn here in the stores and here in the United States, it's made in Turkey. And Ice Yarns makes all the same colorways and they wind it up in the same, whether it's a skein or a cake, and they just slap their own Ice Yarns label on it. But this is like a medium gray. It's acrylic. It's called Macaroon Light Gray. It's a 4 worsted weight yarn. I hate to open this because this package also has never been opened. This package was opened. That's why I opened it up to read a ball band. But if I'm doing a giveaway and the package has never been opened, I prefer not to open it up and let it be the recipient. Because sometimes this plastic, sometimes it can rip open and then it'll have a tear and I won't be able to secure it back up. But I want to let the recipient open it up. But here's a piece of yarn that's already sticking out right there. So you can kind of see it's a 4 worsted weight yarn. And it has a twist in it, so it's easy to crochet with. And I've worked with this yarn before, Macaroon, and I'm telling you, this is some of the softest acrylic. Not the softest, but it's some of the softest acrylic I've ever worked with. It works up really well. It flows through your hook like butter. Like, I'm not kidding. This works like butter. It's a little tiny bit on the fuzzy side, but this would be really good for like a chunky scarf or a shawl or a prayer wrap or something like that. It would also be really good if you wanted to combine this with other 4 worsted weight acrylic, and you could make like a campfire cardigan, granny square cardigan, or something like that. It works really, really nicely. Here are some cakes. And these are some sample cakes in case you've never worked with these colors before. The first one, I wish I had 3, and I don't have 3 of these anymore. I guess I just bought 1. But this is Sweet Roll Fruits by Premier. This is the banana colorway. This is originally intended for making socks. So you could probably get away with making 1 pair of house socks out of this. This is what it will work up if you were to knit it on a knitting loom or something, or do like a basic knit and purl stitch. This one is great because it's tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. So not every yarn has this on here, so that's great. This means if you were to use this for a baby, this would be like a really, really great changing mat. Or you can make a burp rack. Do like a really tight single crochet stitch, and you can make like a burp rack with this. This would be adorable for that. Imagine that over your shoulder, and you're feeding the baby bananas, like banana cream, and then you burp the baby with this little burp rack. That'd be so cute. It's 4 medium worsted weight yarn, 100% acrylic, machine washable and tumble dry low. It is called Banana, and the yardage 174 yards, 160 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. And the other cake is a sample cake. You can get more of this if you have a Walmart nearby. That's where I got this one. It has sparkles in it. Ooh, gorgeous. This is like a dark pastel rainbow. It's kind of faded a little bit. So this would be really, really good if you were to make like a lacy shawl and go out like in the springtime, go out walking around in the park, or you go out to a festival or something. This would be gorgeous to wear. It's just if there's like still like a chill breeze in the air. And plus it's got sparkle. You know, you could wear this like with your evening wear, go out to dinner, you know, go to the circus or whatever. The colorway is called Hercules. It's a 3.5 ounce cake, 100 grams, 328 yards, or 300 meters. So this would be more than enough to make a small little shawl or a large scarf wrap or an infinity scarf like it's pictured here. That's just done in a V-stitch. And that actually works up really, really pretty. And this would look gorgeous like in a V-stitch. This is a 3 DK, by the way, 3 DK. Always fun to add cakes and giveaways. And of course, my next giveaway, I will have more cakes. Raven's taking a nap. Raven did freak out when I moved her into the temporary apartment. It was funny because she never in her life, she doesn't like to be covered up at all. I've tried to cover up with even like a sheet. She doesn't like blankets, even no matter how light they are. Very first time she's ever crawled underneath the comforter with me. She was that scared. And there was no shower curtain pole, and I didn't have a shower curtain, so I had to take a bath. She tried to climb into the bathtub with me, which I wouldn't let her because I didn't have a towel for her to dry off with. But only for about a minute or two, she tried to jump in the tub with me. And then she just kind of primarily stayed in the bathroom with me till I was done. And then every day for the first 3 or 4 days I got home from work, she was underneath the comforter. So I got floor tiles. I'll show you guys here in a minute if I remember. I got some like, I don't know, those child play mats, those towels you can put on the floor. They're the exact same towels that you could pin crochet squares to block them. Floor tiles are made the exact same way. And so I just kind of put them together like puzzle pieces and made her like a little cube so she could go in there, and she slept in that a lot. I'm adding in some Red Heart Super Saver and some bright neon colors. This works up really, really cute. I had a hat I was going to donate. I don't even think I've worked it up or stitched it together yet. I'm not even sure where it is, but on the knitting loom, it works up like 5 rows of black, 3 rows of the color, 5 rows of black, 3 rows of the next color, 5 rows of black, 3 rows of the next color. You get the idea. Red Heart Super Saver stripes. Neon stripes is the color name. On these skeins, you get, it's a 5-ounce skein. You get 141 grams, 236 yards, 215 meters. And I just have 2 in here. If I find some more, if it's enough to cake up, I'll do that. But I don't think I have any more of this. Because I think the scrap yarn that I had left over, I made into a hat that I'm going to add for donation. Okay, here's some more ice yarns. This one I've opened, so I'll get a cake out and show you. This is lot number 68185. Again, I'm so sorry if Ice Yarns does not have this available anymore. But this is like sock yarn. My idea was to put it on the knitting loom to make socks on my smaller loom. But having leftovers, I was going to double up the rest of it because this is a fine weight number 1. My idea was to double this up and do like a lacy shawl. I was going to do like a triangular prayer shawl with it. But this is like different tones of purple, lavender, and black. And it is, of course, the Ice Yarns is made in Turkey. It's called Magic Sock. It's super fine, number 1. It's 75% superwash wool and 25% polyamide. So the polyamide makes it soft. And the superwash wool, wool is one of the warmest fibers you can wear in the wintertime. So this is really good for cold climates. And it'd be really good for like ear warmers, hat and scarf, even like a cardigan if you were to hang out somewhere indoors. You can double this up. I've also seen people triple this up. This being a number 1 weight yarn, I would triple this up myself. And I would work with it that way. Being super fine, super wash wool, this is a hand wash item only. Hand wash only, lay flat to dry. You could put this in a salad spinner if you wanted to dry it that way. But also, you could put it in your spin cycle. Hand wash only, but you could still put it in your spin cycle and then lay it flat to dry. What else can I tell you about this yarn? The yardage. It is 100 grams, 400 meters, and everything else is cut off, so I can't tell you the yardage, but it's going to be well over 400 yards. And having 4 cakes, 4 skeins, that's plenty to work with. Okay. There's a few more pieces of yarn in here. One of them you can make a rug, like a small area rug with. And the other one is multicolored. And you can make something cute for yourself or for a baby or whatever. But again, I'm going to let that yarn be a surprise to you. The last yarn I want to show you is from Ice Yarns. 3, 4, it's kind of wonky because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's a whole pack. You get 8 donuts in here. When I first opened up this package a few years ago when I got it in the mail, the plastic kind of tore open. But I'm going to put it in here more neatly for you guys. But there's a pattern that I will be including with all this yarn. And it is, it talks about crochet dish scrubbies. And this would be the perfect yarn for dish scrubbies if you wanted to use it like that, because it has almost like a rough feel to it, kind of like tulle. So it's not the softest yarn, but isn't that gorgeous? Look how sparkly that is. You can make an Easter basket with this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this Easter's coming up. Make an Easter basket with this. Your yarn scrubbies. You can even make like a round yarn scrubby with like Easter bunny ears on it or something, or some other kind of animal if you prefer. You can make, I would do like a ball, like a small ball, like an animal's head. So do the face, the ball part, right? And stuff it with yarn scraps or cotton yarn, and you could just, that could be your dish scrubby, and then put the bunny ears on it, and that's what you could that could be the handle. That could be what you hang on to when you have this, when you're holding it, scrubbing your dishes. This is it's the only downside is that it's a thin #1 weight yarn, very, very thin. So I would double this up. You could even take 3 of these little donuts and you could triple it up. Work with 3. Because you have 8 of these. You could work 2 at a time, whatever, so you have an even amount. Let me see if I can get you some information on this. It's called Sale Chanel because this yarn was on sale. So I don't know if they will have any more of this available because, like I said, I bought most of my ice yarns 3 and 4 years ago. 50-gram balls. You get 200 meters on each little ball. It's microfiber and metallic. And the percentage was cut off. The colorway is called Cream. Let me see if I can find the percentage on another ball band. Nope, that one's completely cut off. They go through a machine, but these ball bands are just so random and they're so thin. Microfiber and metallic. Let's see here. I would say that there's some polyester in here too. It's what it feels like in my hand. That one doesn't have a percentage either. Huh. None of these are really specifically telling me what kind of yarn this is. It just says micro. I can only see the second number, 0%. So it might be 50-50 because I'm only seeing 2 items listed as far as the type of yarn. Okay, it looks like 90% microfiber and 10% metallic, which the metallic would be the sparkles in it. But this is a gorgeous yarn, and I love working with it. I bought like 3 packs, and I worked with it, and I'm sorry I don't have a piece right here to show you of how it works up, but this would make a gorgeous Easter basket. I don't think it'd be that ideal for something to wear because it is scratchy, so you can make face scrubbies. Oh, face scrubbies. Perfect. Make face scrubbies with this because this would be really good to exfoliate with. So, yeah, Easter basket, dish scrubby, face scrubby. You could even, if you really wanted to go so bold with these beautiful sparkles, you could make a table runner. Table runner would be pretty. Or a floor rug, which I don't suggest because there's not that much yarn here for being as thin as it is. So, maybe those first 3 options should do it. Now, I buried all the accessories, so let me dig all that back out. All right. dig everything out. Okay. Okay, so I still get these Hirschner's catalogs. I don't know why. I don't know how. Because even though I did a change of address form between my last apartment and this apartment, I did not specifically tell Hirschner's my new address. Because I don't really order that much yarn from them anymore. Because I'm like so broke now. I can barely order yarn anymore because I have enough. But I'm really kind of broke all the time now. My rent and my utilities have increased a little bit moving here. When I got Hirschner's catalogs in the mail, there was not that yellow strip that you see at the bottom of your envelope saying change of address. Please alert this person or business if you want them to have your address, let them know. There wasn't any of those labels on here. They just somehow found out my new address, and now I still get them. So I'll include this in here in case you want to take a look at their yarns. It's a really, really good brand, really, really good yarn company. There are ideas in here if you wanted to crochet something up. Like, look at that cute purse. Cloud blanket. So you do get some yarn craft inspiration. Look at that. Look at the caterpillar. That's so adorable. Oh, I would love to do something like that for a baby. That'd be adorable. So you get lots of different ideas. There's even amigurumi patterns in here. Not necessarily patterns, but there's pictures. There's a cacti. That's cute. So me personally, since there are no patterns in here for the things that are crocheted and worked up, there are kits that you can buy with the pattern included. But me personally, I just go to my search engine bar on the internet and I type in what it says the pattern is, and I try to find the pattern online that way. So you can buy the pattern by itself without having to buy the yarn. Like, here's some cute tops. So if you see something you'd like to make, I just search it online. So you'll get that booklet. And then, of course, every time I go shopping at Hobby Lobby, I primarily go for the yarn. And they always have these free pattern booklets. So here's the cotton projects you could use. Like, that looks like toast and bacon and egg. Avocado. Yep, I love avocado. Tomato on there. These could be really, really good kitchen scrubbers. And then there's one for an ear warmer. And like, the whole pattern is in here. And there's a few patterns in here. Aren't these cute? So you get some patterns. And you've got this one for a scarf. Here's the dish scrubby. Isn't that cute? Little cacti. Or cactus, since it's one. Maybe some cup cozies, like coffee cup cozies or tea cup cozies. Look at the ladybug. That's adorable. What is that, a candy corn? No, it's watermelon slices. Those are cute. I love the ladybug. I haven't even looked at these myself, but that ladybug is adorable. So you get a few patterns in each little booklet. Here's some baby stuff, since I'm including baby yarn. And there's the penguin, amigurumi patterns. Isn't that cute? What other amigurumi would be in there? That one. Little hippo. Hippo wearing little arm thingies. Arm floaties that look like ducks. That's adorable. And the pattern, of course. And there's some accessories and other tips in there and stuff. And then here's for a shawl or a scarf. And there's a nice granny square vest. And then back to that one. So lots of patterns in there that are free. Since it was a Valentine's Day giveaway, I thought I would include this cute little duck. Isn't that adorable? It's got little hearts on it. So if you have kids or grandkids, you could always give this to them. This is a stitch gauge for, not a stitch gauge, but a needle gauge. So like for your knitting needles, or if you have a crochet hook, you're not sure what size it is, you can just compare it to the size of these holes and it will tell you the millimeters on that. And then here's a measuring gauge you can use for measuring your pieces if you're doing clothing or whatever. So this is like really, really handy to keep in your bag with your hooks and your darning needles. Pen and paper, so you can write little crochet or knitting notes. Isn't it cute? Mwah! And then these pens are awesome, so you can like choose which color you want to write with. And then you push the top to release the ink, and you can push down another color. Very, very cute. I get these from Dollar Tree almost every time I go in there. They're great to have. I made a face scrubby. This is with cotton, 50-50 cotton acrylic. So even though this is a colorway and it's a different brand of yarn, you can kind of get the idea of what this Ice Yarns is going to feel like. So a little face scrubby. This is brand new. It's never been used. And I took it to my machine, and this is like a polyester. This is a hand tie-dyed polyester yarn that was hand dyed. So I thought it would look really cute on there. So you have like a scrubby side and a soft side. So you can even use this as a makeup remover if you want to. My screen, sorry guys. So you can use this as a makeup remover if you want to. Let's see here. What else is in here? Crochet hooks. Different sizes. There's like 5 different sizes in here. They're all different sizes, so there's not 2 of the same size. I put a couple of these in. These pencil grips. Sometimes these are really, really great to use on your crochet hooks that don't have built-on grippers. So like one of these, you just put one on here, and it'll grip a lot easier. So isn't that nice? Darning needles. I still have yet to throw in some darning needles. What else is in here? Where'd the stitch markers? I put stitch markers in here. Where'd they go? Stitch markers. There's 16 stitch markers, all different colors. Measuring tape. I don't think you can have too many of these measuring tapes. I put a few pieces of candy in here. And one of my previous videos I talked about essential oils. They had a whole bunch of it. I shop at Walmart all the time because it's the closest retail store to me. And they had a whole bunch of these essential oils on clearance. So I went ahead and got one. This is tea tree oil. I love tea tree oil. It's really, really good for your skin. I put a few drops of this in my lotion or my favorite hand cream. I even sometimes put a few drops of this in my Neosporin. It's a natural antiseptic, and it helps promote the healing process. It helps speed up the healing process, and it promotes healing. I use this for my pimples, my finger cuts that I get at work. I use it for homemade bug spray. If you wanted to make homemade bug spray, put about 30 drops in a squirt bottle or spray bottle or squirt bottle. It's mostly water. You're going to put 30 drops of this in, and I think that's it really. You could put other essential oils in if you want to, but if you're going to hang out outside somewhere, you take the squirt bottle with you and you spray it all over you. Not only does it smell good, it kind of acts as a body spray, and insects hate the smell of tea tree oil. Anything pepperminty. Peppermint, spearmint, tea tree oil, lavender they don't like. There's several others. Clove oil. There's so many others that they hate. I know they don't like citrus smells, but tea tree oil is one of my favorites because not only do I use it for my body and my health care, I use it for deodorizing, and I also use it in my kitchen sometimes. So I thought I would add this in. And I have something else really, really special in here. I have to wrap it up very, very, very good. So I'm not going to show you guys that. It's going to be a surprise. It's something you can wear, but it's really special and it's really gorgeous. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the hint is that you can wear it. And you can wear it in multiple ways. And it is multiple colors. And it shines a little bit. I probably already gave it away, but I'm going to let the recipient have that as a surprise. As primarily a thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for still continuing to watch my videos. And I love your face. You're also going to get this bag that all the accessories are in. Because this is great to store your accessories in. It's great to use as small yarn projects. And it's actually really great for if you are carrying around an infant and need a diaper bag. This works as a really great wet dry bag for spoiled clothes. So I'm gonna include, I always like to include one of these bags in my giveaways because of how great they are. My cat even likes to lay on them in the summertime. I don't know why she likes to fill these bags, but if I have one empty on the couch and I pull my crochet project out of it and this just gets left laying around, she'll end up sleeping on this thing. So it's non-toxic and it's safe for your pets to be around. So I need to add darning needles and I need to wrap this special item up more properly. I'm not sure yet what to put it in, but I will find something to wrap it up in. And this will be at the bottom of the box. And so the first thing you will see is like a small card and all of your yarn. So again, the box is a little bit bigger, 12.5 by 12.5 by 16 inches. So there's going to be a little tiny bit of extra yarn in there. I think that's it. We're 45 minutes into the video. So I'm going to call it good. This video is long enough. It's really hard for me to upload videos because I have to use Wi-Fi at work. And it takes like 2 to 3 hours just to upload a video. It's ridiculous. I have 5G on my phone, but for some reason I can't upload videos straight from my own data usage. I have to be under Wi-Fi. So don't worry, you guys will get the video just like you do everyone else. Thank you guys for watching. I hope more of you continue to watch later on, just so that you'll have an opportunity to be included in these giveaways. You don't have to do anything to be included in this giveaway except for to leave a comment. We like to use us YouTube channels. We use YouTube random comment picker. And so it collects everybody's original comment. Please don't reply to anyone's comment. Go to the empty bar where you would type in a message. Go there, and instead of hitting reply or comment below or whatever, go to that little space at the bottom of your screen and type in your own message. It can be a single emoji for all I care. The fact is you took the time to leave a comment and acknowledge my channel, acknowledge a view, and that's it. If you want to say something nice or say something that you've been going through or tell me a project that you're working on, yeah. So my next video, if I remember, I will explain everything that I've been going through, because that's the main reason why it's been so long since I've uploaded this video. But yeah, not only did I have to move out for 2 weeks, but I mean, I've had other things going on too. I had dental surgery. I let someone stay in my apartment for 12 days and that didn't go too well. I can talk more about those things if I remember in my next video. Otherwise, it's in the past. And I'm just really, really glad I can get this giveaway video out to you guys. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I rambled on, but thank you for being patient. And God bless everybody. Jesus loves you. And I hope everyone has a continued good weekend. And happy belated Valentine's Day. Love you guys. Goodbye.